So here we are in the Stirling Ranges in the southwest, about a 4.5-hour drive south of Perth. Now, we're about to embark on one of the best hikes here in WA. It's a really challenging hike, but nothing beats being out here adventuring. Let's go. So I'm out here with my mate Jake, and he's come along to grab some amazing photos and videos of this crazy landscape. We've only done about 300 meters of vert and we've got just over 900 to go, so legs are going to feel it. So far we've covered reasonably easy ground, but as you can see, it gets pretty hectic here. We've got about 400 meters of vert to get to Ellen Peak, so it's going to be a hard slog. The Stirling Ranges means so much to me because it's in WA. I live in WA. WA is my home state, and we don't have much hiking around, but Stirling Ranges is one of the best places I've ever been hiking. I just love coming down here. The first hill is always challenging because you're full of excitement, because you know once you get to the top, you can see the whole track ahead and the whole glory of the range. The first summit we're going to get to is Ellen Peak. Now this is one of the highest peaks in the Stirling Range, and it's only the beginning of our hike. The best thing I love about the Stirling Range Ridge Walk is no one's out here. You can be out here by yourself for days and not come across anyone. It's just so isolating. I just love that about it. We finally made it to the top of the ridgeline. We've got a little bit more to go to get to the summit of Ellen Peak, but we got to get moving because it's getting dark, it's getting cold, the clouds are coming in, and if we don't make it to the cave on time, we're all going to have to bunk in that little thing. So let's get moving. When you're descending Ellen Peak, you know you're now on the ridge. You're so exposed to the elements. There's cliffs on one side, rain on the other side. You're just really out there. The hikes are graded on their difficulty from 1 to 5. Now this hike is a grade 6. I know that's not on the scale, but this means that this hike is unmarked, ungraded and off trail. If you're going to go out on a hike like this, make sure you have the experience level required or you're with someone that knows what they're doing. So all along the Stirling Ridge Walk, you can find places like this. It's called a bivvy, where if you kind of get into trouble or you can't make it to the next campsite, you can set up camp here, nice and sheltered, but we're hoping to get to the bigger camp, which is just around the corner, but we got to get going. Can you just believe this is in Western Australia? Every time I come here, it's like, it just blows my mind. Like, have a look, you can barely see Bluff Knoll in the distance. There's the cloud, the cliff. It literally gives me goosebumps. I mean, is there anything better than being in a place like this in WA? I don't think so. Alright, so we're not too far away from the camping cave, but first we need to go down here and then one last up, straight into the cave for some nice warm dinner. It's been a massive day. We know we're not far away from the camp and we just can't wait to get in there and get a hot meal in our bellies. All right, so we've made it all the way to Camping Cave. That was an absolute amazing hike. That's only just day one. We're gonna set up our camp, cook some food, time to relax. When it comes to camp cooking on multi-day hikes, you want to keep it as basic as possible. And with dehydrated meals, you get all the protein and all the carbs you need in a small little packet, and they're super easy to cook. No matter where you are, you have to start the day with a coffee, even if it's in a cave with a whiteout. It's always good to warm up with a coffee. So day 2, visibility is a little bit low, which is going to make it a little bit hard to follow unmarked trail, but just makes it a little bit more exciting. But let's get going. In 2020, there was a huge fire that absolutely ravished this place. Over 14,000 hectares of bushland was burnt, but as you can see, the regrowth is already back in full swing. So we're just coming up to the first arrow, where on the other side it's quite a bit of a descent, and the clouds did open for us, but they're all closed now. But hopefully we get a view on the way down. So today the elements are really on us. It's really wet and really cloudy, so things can be really slippery. So we've got to make sure we take our time and get out the other side of this hike. We've taken a little detour. We've dropped our bags, but we've run out of water. We knew we would, but we know where there's a big barrel of water waiting for us, so we got to go fill up our empty bottles. Problem is, the water is up here. We need to climb on this rope across this slippery rock up to where there's a big blue barrel full of water, and it's pretty sketchy when it's wet. So we do need to get up there because we don't have any water, but should be fun. So we made it to the water barrel. Thank God there is water in here. With this water, it is straight from the rain, it is through the rock, but if you are using this water, you do want to always use a purifying tablet. Now there's 1 tablet to 1 litre of water, and that's going to keep you safe and make it out of here. As you can see, the climb down is very hectic. So you want to make sure you've got confidence going down here, because one slip, you're gone. So we've made our way through the most challenging part of the hike, but we've got a little bit more to go till we reach Bluff Knoll. We're going to leave you here, and I'll see you on the next adventure.